What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Today we're going to do some mono printing. Now, I've done a lot of this type of work in the past, so you could check out some old videos. But this time we're going to use a silicone plate. Now, it's an alternative to a jelly plate. It's a much more economical and cheaper alternative. So we're going to try it out today. It's going to be my first time using it. So let's get started. Okay, folks, so we have here on my board a silicone mat, and I got this from Amazon. They were pretty cheap. They came 2 in a pack for like 15 bucks. And I think for the size, it's a great alternative because if you want a jelly plate at this size, it'll cost you a pretty penny. But it's pretty thin and it has two sides. One side is a little bit stickier than the other, and I have that side up. This is a little bit duller, so I'm assuming that this is the side that we should use. But from what I've seen other artists and creators do with it is pretty amazing. So let's get started. So we're going to use an 11 by 15 piece of watercolor paper. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark off on the edge of the board where the paper should fall. Got a tick mark here and tick mark here, and I'm going to put a mark here and a mark here, just to kind of, just to kind of know where I should put the paint on the board. I don't want to put too much, right? And what we're going to use is these so-called stencils that I found. They were basically bulletin board letters, and when we popped them out, we were going to throw it away, but I was like, nope, I'll take it. They'll make great stencils. So we're going to use that as a design. So I'm just going to lay these down in no particular order, but I'm going to lay it down, and we're going to make a cool design out of this. Lay it down here and here. I'll put one here. Right? So let's see what we get out of this. And I'm going to lay it like this, and I'm going to lay one here. All right. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some black paint. This is acrylic paint. For some reason, this jar always drips out very slow. I always have to poke the top out. Give me a second. Okay, found a nail. Yeah, I always have to poke this thing out, but that's okay. And we're going to take a brayer and just kind of spread the paint across the surface. Now, this is pretty wet, so I may get some overrun underneath the plate, but that's okay. All right, let's lift this up and see what we got here so far. All right, I'm not too crazy about that, but I think we can do some more. So let's put some more paint on top. Yeah, that's looking much better. I'll put some down here. All right. And that's not a bad looking design. All right. Got some paper towels handy so I can wipe my brayer off. Now, what I'm thinking is I'm going to let this dry, but I think I'm going to put some markings within this black. So give me a moment. I'm going to find something to use. Maybe I'll just use the edge of one of these brushes here. See, I'm just going to use the tip of the brush. And let's just draw some lines within this design. Me, I have a thing with lines in my work, right? Draw some squiggly lines over here. Bring something down in here. All right. All right. We're going to let this dry. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put another coat of paint on top to fill in some of this negative space. So let's take a break. Okay, folks, we're back and the paint is pretty much dry, but I'm going to err on the side of caution. I was going to layer some yellow and some red in there, but I'm just not sure if the bottom layer is going to pull up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some gel medium. I've seen this before on another video. We're just going to roll it over the top of the design. Make sure your brayer is nice and clean. You're going to roll some gel medium all across the design. Make sure you get it on there nice and even. Give it a couple passes to make sure it's nice and even. Let's wipe this off. Make sure there's no glue left on our brayer. One thing I've learned is to keep your brayers clean. Folks, I do apologize. For some reason, we lost some video, but the only thing I did was I took the sheet of paper that I showed you in the beginning and I just laid it on top of the design. So the gel medium is drying underneath. We're going to let this sit for about 10 minutes or so. We're going to come back and pull up the design to see if everything works. We are back and this is the moment of truth. We're going to pull this up and see what we got underneath the hood. Let's see. Uh-oh. Looks like it's working so far. Oh, wow. And there you have it. It's not exactly as I thought it would be, but I think it has a really nice texture. And I think this is something that I can work with and build upon. So there you have it. Silicone monoprint. And I'm assuming what we can do is clean this off and do some printing on top of this. So let me just show you what I do to clean these off. Very simple. You can use some window cleaner, Windex. Kind of spray generously. Get yourself a paper towel. And let's wipe this off. And yeah, this comes off nice and easy. Right? So that we can use it again. It's a little thick on this side, but that's okay. It's coming up. Doesn't mess up our surface. Let's give it one more pass. And by the way, you can use water as well. This wipes off nice and easy. And it's ready to go for the next pass. So there you have it, folks. I know that's look kind of messy, but you get the point. We can build on top of this. We can do other things with this. And I think I'll work further along with this piece. So if you guys like this video, please like, comment, and share. I love you all. Yahweh bless. Go out, create something, and I will talk to you all again soon. Peace out.